If you're looking for an over or under goals betting system that consistently wins and has a strike rate above 80%, then I am going to show you one right now. This video will break down the SHOG system. This is about working with the clock and the tactical reality of the game. So, go put the kettle on and let's dive right in. Before we look at the specific filters, we have to understand the logical foundation of why the SHOG system actually works. The SHOG system actually stands for second half one goal, since we only need one goal to be scored in the second half to win. And in the football market, there is a common psychological bias where bettors expect a reversal in the second half, meaning if a game was slow in the first half, they hope it explodes in the second. We take the opposite view. This is a continuation model, not a reversal model. The edge we are exploiting is the statistical reality that second halves produce between 55 and 60% of all total match goals due to player fatigue, tactical adjustments, and increased game state urgency. When the first half data shows sustained attacking output but the scoreboard hasn't fully reflected it, the market often overreacts to that finishing variance. By backing only one more goal to be scored in the second half, we are capitalizing on a proven statistical trend while the market is still pricing the game based on the previous 45 minutes. Once you understand that core logic, the actual execution becomes a matter of discipline, which starts with our research. Okay, so let's start with phase 1, which is halftime data qualification. This is the stage where we separate the sterile matches from the ones with genuine attacking DNA. We are looking for proof of intent rather than just a high scoreline. Our primary qualification is that the match must have produced a total expected goals, or XG, of at least 1.0, or at least 4 shots on target during the first 45 minutes. What this phase represents is our evidence-based filter. We are not betting on hope or the reputation of the teams. This is a mistake I used to make myself, back when I was a casual bettor and would see a 0-0 draw between two big teams at halftime and just assume the second half would be full of goals simply because the goals were due. I used to fall into this trap constantly, loading up my slips with over 0.5 bets without ever checking if a single shot on target had actually been recorded. I was just gambling on a feeling, ignoring the fact that a game with zero intensity in the first half is statistically likely to stay that way in the second. How we approach this correctly is by demanding evidence of pressure. If the XG is low and the shots on target are non-existent, we simply stand down, no matter how famous the teams are. We only move forward if the game is live and producing meaningful chances. By ensuring the game is not sterile before we ever risk a penny of our capital, we align ourselves with the existing momentum of the match. This is the first gate of the SHOG system, and it ensures that we are only investing in games where the probability of a continuation is supported by the raw performance data. By the way, if you like videos like this and want to see more on this subject, remember to click the like button. It tells YouTube to send you more of this kind of content. And while you are there, you should hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss a system or strategy video. Now this is important as we move into phase 2, which is the enhanced criteria for draw states. This phase is designed to protect us from the most dangerous scorelines in football, the 0-0 and the 1-1 draw. Why this matters is that draw states can often lead to tactical caution and reduced risk-taking as managers prioritize not losing over winning. Because these games can stagnate so easily, we increase our data thresholds to ensure the game is truly open. For any match that is a draw at halftime, we require a minimum total XG of 1.50 and at least 5 shots on target. We need much stronger proof of an open structure to overcome the potential for tactical game management. By the way guys, if you want to skip all that manual arithmetic at halftime and find the best SHOG opportunities instantly, the Statto App is a brilliant research accelerator. Instead of hunting through live stat apps and trying to calculate XG totals while the halftime clock is ticking, you simply press the prompt and let the artificial intelligence do the work for you. It can pre-filter for matches with high second half goal expectations and identify the ones that hit these specific data gates in seconds. It is all about time saving and simplicity, ensuring you never miss a value entry because you were too busy with a spreadsheet. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen. That leads us neatly to phase 3, which is the score state logic and entry. This is where we decide which market to enter based on the current scoreline. The beauty of the SHOG system is its binary simplicity. We are always backing the next over line. If the score is 0-0, we back over 0.5 goals. If the score is 1-0 or 0-1, we back over 1.5 goals. If there are already 2 or 3 goals, we back over 2.5 or over 3.5 accordingly. We are isolating one more goal and nothing else. I'm genuinely curious to know if you've ever found yourself in that position where you've backed over 2.5 at halftime in a 1-0 game, only to watch it finish 1-1 and lose your stake, even though you correctly predicted the second half action. This is why we compress the probability. We only need one moment of pressure to convert to secure a win. Now this is important as we move into phase 4, which is the red card rule and discipline. This phase is entirely non-negotiable. If there has been a red card for either team in the first half, the system is immediately invalid and we do not enter. Why this matters is that a red card completely distorts the tactical shape and tempo of a match. Even if the XG was high before the dismissal, the game is no longer the same structural event. I learned this the hard way during my early years when I would let my emotions take over, thinking a red card would open up the game for the superior team, only to watch the short-handed side park the bus and play for a 0-0 draw for 45 minutes. Every time I've ignored this rule and tried to chase a mismatch caused by a red card, I've been reminded that professional trading is about predicting structured patterns, not chaotic outliers. This is where most people slip up, and I was no different before I adopted this discipline. On top of that, we have phase 5, which is price discipline. This is the mathematical anchor of the SHOG system. We never ever enter a trade at odds below 1.25. Why this matters is that at odds of 1.12 or 1.15, your implied probability is so high that you have zero margin for error. Even with a high strike rate, the math will eventually catch up with you. At 1.25, the market is implying an 80% probability. If our filtered selections have a true probability of 85 to 88%, we have found a genuine value margin. We are demanding compensation for our risk, and we never chase banker prices that offer no long-term edge. That brings us to phase 6, which is the reality of second half scoring. We have to remember why we are doing this. Statistically, the second half is a different animal. As players tire, defensive errors increase, and substitutions bring fresh attacking energy onto the pitch. In a 1-0 or 0-1 scenario, the trailing team is forced to increase their urgency, which stretches the game and creates space for counters. The market often overweights a slow first half where chances were missed, but the underlying data of 1.0 xG tells us the chances were there. We are betting on the talent on the pitch to eventually convert, supported by the statistical certainty that the second half is the most productive period of the match. Now the final phase is strike rate expectations and professional monitoring. When you apply these strict data gates, no red cards, high XG and draw state caution, the SHOG system often produces a strike rate between 75 and 85%. However, we have to accept that football is a discrete event-driven sport, and variance is a mathematical certainty. You will see clusters of losses where 2 or 3 games in a row stay at the halftime score despite incredible pressure. This does not mean the system is broken. It means you have encountered a cluster of finishing variance. Discipline must always be greater than emotion. If you track your trades and stick to the 1.25 price floor, the 75% plus win rate will take care of your bankroll over the long term. Look at this example, guys. This is Atalanta against Dortmund from the Champions League. You can see this qualifies comfortably with the XG total and the shots on target numbers that we are looking for already on the board. And since it is 2-0 to Atalanta, so we would be looking to back over 2.5 goals. However, the price is currently 1.2, which is shorter than the 1.25 that we are looking for. So, the patience rule applies. We just wait till the price increases before getting involved, and by minute 53, you can see the price we are looking for is now easily available. We back over 2.5 goals with a £100 stake at odds of 1.29. Now we just sit and wait for a goal, and by just minute 57, we got the goal as Atalanta made it 3-0. A very fast and easy profit in that one. The value was clear from the statistics. Another example here, and it's from the Europa League. This match qualifies for me with the XG total exactly where I want it to be, and I also like the scenario of the home team trailing 0-1. Typically, a home team trailing means they have to come out and open the match up in the second half, so this makes it an even stronger selection for me. But also, the price is a bit short at the halftime. So the patience rule applies, and I wait for my preferred 1.25 minimum price, which is available in the 50th minute. And the goal is actually scored right away in minute 51. It is not normally as easy as this, but I do love it when that happens. My profit is landed and the work is done. Give it a go yourself, guys. If you stick to this criteria, I guarantee you will hit many winners in a row. And like I said earlier, guys, hours of manual research and calculations are no longer necessary if you want to professionalize your approach. The Statto app is the ultimate tool for finding the best SHOG opportunities because it handles the data-heavy side of identifying goal environments and second half strength for you. It provides incredible speed and efficiency, allowing you to focus on the execution and price discipline while the artificial intelligence handles the heavy lifting of the statistics. It is a total research accelerator and a serious professional advantage for anyone who wants to stop the halftime gamble and start investing with a structured, data-gated edge. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now to get started. It is a total game changer for your trading workflow. I really hope this deep dive into the SHOG system has shown you that second half success is about isolating continuation events rather than guessing final scores. When you stop chasing the comeback and start following a rule-based framework focused on attacking output and price discipline, the results will follow. Thank you so much for watching and for your time today. Remember to hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show you more of this kind of content. As always, the learning shouldn't stop here. There is actually another video on the screen right now that I think you'll find very useful if you want to keep building your knowledge and sharpening your edge. Go ahead and click that, and I'll see you over there.